there. Hello. Hello, everybody. This is going to be my first video on my YouTube channel. Essentially, how I've decided this is going to work is I record all my sets anyways in the gym to see like how I'm performing them and to standardize my form. So I'm just gonna post these clips. It'll be most likely just like one upper day session and one lower day session put together per video. And then if I had something to talk about that specific day, I'll just do a voiceover like this and mute the recording. If not, I'll just let the raw audio play. Alright, so how do you actually structure your program? To be honest, it's not that deep, right? So I'll just say, as long as you're hitting each muscle group 2 to 3 times per week, and you're hitting that muscle group at least for 3 to 10 sets per week, you'll be fine. Like, there's no point in really fussing over exactly how much you do. For example, this session, I was a bit short on time. I had to go to school, like right after this session. So I only did 1 set of some muscle groups, which is okay, because today I also had an upper day, and I just did, I just like did 2 sets of everything, or like 3 sets of everything, and then yeah, like it's really not that deep. I just realized that as well, like I should probably write some dot points down on my phone as to what I'm going to talk about. And also, I'm recording this voiceover while I'm just walking on the treadmill as well in my room. So if you hear like noise in the background, I'm sorry. Which I should probably mention as well. So right now I am this is the start of my new cut. And so you guys are going to see me. Hopefully I can post regularly, but hopefully you guys will see me succeed in my cut. And hopefully this motivates or educates whoever's watching this. Hopefully, I don't know. Alright, back to what I was talking about. So that's frequency for you, right? That's frequency and volume for you. You can grow, you can experience a significant amount of growth just by doing 1 set twice a week per muscle group, right? The requirements for growth isn't really that much, and I'll probably go more in depth into like stimulus for growth, and then like the drivers of hypertrophy maybe next video. But just for now, just like keep in mind, as long as you can recover from how much volume you do session to session, and also like consider if you have like time constraints, right? You don't really want to be spending 3 hours in the gym every day. That just doesn't make any sense from a logical standpoint. As long as it works for you, then I don't really care exactly, like it's very arbitrary, the number of sets and stuff, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Coming up, you're going to see, this is a good example of how not to do an upper back row, by the way. After filming this, I've realized this setup is absolutely atrocious. And like I tried a different setup today. This exercise just doesn't work for me. The handles are just not wide enough. So I'll probably find like a alternative machine for rows maybe next time I hit back. But yeah, this is an example of like what not to do for a set. Like look at my elbows are not flared out enough, and I'm also getting like 0 range of motion with my chest lifting up the pad. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, if you guys have been paying attention to any of the recordings, you guys can notice that my rep ranges are quite low. You guys, like before, I think I did like 4 reps on the tricep push down, and then here I do like 6, I think. Um, the reason for that is I'll get more into like the science behind it maybe like next video. But all you have to know now is that a low rep range and a high rep range, you'll probably experience it, like there's no significant difference between the amount of growth you see for each. And personally, I just prefer doing low rep ranges because it's less fatiguing on the body. It's less fatiguing, and also I find it more enjoyable. I find myself being able to push myself harder. So I kind of talked a bit fast for the first portion of the video. I don't know. Talking to the camera is making me nervous, I guess. So for the rest, I really don't have much to talk about anymore. Actually, I guess I'll talk about leaving reps in reserve and the whole training to failure kind of stuff. So essentially, right, if you look at all my sets, I'm not going to complete failure all the time. I usually leave, if you see my sets, I leave like around one rep in the tank, or maybe 0 sometimes. And that's just to, again, right, the last failure rep, is very, very fatiguing, and it's very hard to justify. Like, you might get a little extra stimulus with that rep, but that's really hard to justify when like you're gonna experience so much more fatigue just because of that last rep. Let's see here. I think for this set, this is a good example of like why I leave one in the tank. Because usually, right, especially when I'm hitting legs, you know, these sets are all really, really like challenging and very tiring. Let's watch here. Also, the seat is way too far back. So next session, so I have another leg day tomorrow, and I'll probably, I'll try to make sure to move the seat forward a bit. I'm leaned too far back here, and it like, when you see I do my set, you see how my hip kind of moves, like my butt can't really dig into the back of the seat, which is what I like to do to make it more stable. Anyways, also, I guess I can just talk more about what I'm doing right now. I have been, I have not been training legs much, and that's not voluntary. I've just got injured way too much. You know, I sprained my ankle like twice in the past like 5 months, and also I always have some knee problems all the time. So yeah, I really haven't been training legs much. And my strength has gone significantly down. So please don't flame me when you see me do some fucking pussy ass weight whenever I'm doing these exercises. Also, holy shit, like after looking at myself, I really do need a cut. I am a fat chud and a half, but it's okay now. Right now I am 72 kilos. I'll see if I can get down to 60 kilos I'll say I'm going at a reasonable rate, losing about 0.6 to 0.5 kilograms of weight per week, which is like, it's a pretty laid back cut, you know, it's not very aggressive, which is like, obviously I could cut more aggressively, but that comes with a lot more psychological, as well as like, it's also physically challenging as well, right? And right now, just because this is not my main concern as well. I have school and everything, so I really don't want to be too challenged with my cut when I have to focus on a lot more stuff as well. Right. That's that set done. I think I'll move on now to SLDLs. Bro, back in my prime, I did 3 plates aside on this, and then this session only got 2 plates and a 5. It looks like, so I'm quite bummed out by how much strength I've lost in my legs. Hopefully I can get back to 3 plates maybe in like a month or so. Hopefully. And yeah, that's another thing with your programming which I can talk about. A good indicator, probably the best indicator of if you've grown muscle or not, is if you're getting stronger on all your exercises or not. And so that's just your progressive overload. And there's many ways to track progressive overload. You know how I usually go about it is so my rep range, I go from around 4 reps to around 9 reps. And so once I've like hit that top end of the rep range, I can then increase the weight and then go back down to somewhere around 4, 5, 6 reps, and I'll just stay at that weight until I can get 8 or 9, and then I'll move up in weight incrementally. Here we have the adductor machine. I really can't be wearing these pants on the adductor machine. Looks like they're gonna rip in half. What else is there to talk about apart programming? Oh yeah, if there's specific muscle groups you want to prioritize, always put them like first in your session, because that's when you're fresh, right? And that's when you have the most concentration and the most ready for the sets. To be honest, for me, I kind of just need to work on everything. I'm quite small. I'm also quite fat. So it doesn't really matter for me what I prioritize. I just do it in, I just pick an order and then I stick to it, basically. I think that's the main thing. Is try not to change up the order of your exercises too much. There's not really because then there's not really like a benchmark for you to track your progress on. Alright, here we have hip thrust. And after this is my last exercise. I think we're done after this. And then I might just call it a video there as well. So thank you everybody who decides to watch this video. Hopefully next time I have more interesting stuff to talk about. And also I don't sound like a fucking retard next time as well. So yeah, I'll see you whenever I decide to post.